My name is Lukman Shobowale,
And I am Bayo Lawal.
and together we are the founders of Dukiya Investments. So, Bayo, it's been about 15 years of solid friendship, almost 3 years of building a solid brand. How has it been just so far?
It's been a very, very interesting ride with you over the last 15 years. Doing business together has actually shown, the men that we are, and seeing how far we have come and then how far we could go, with this business. It actually gives me so much joy to be speaking about our experience and some of the things that we've done in time past, and some of the things that we will still do. Looking at some of our achievements, some of our successes, and even the failures, because life is not without failure, and some of the successes that we record today are proving that we've been able to overcome some challenges.
And to see that years down the line, we have now become not just partners but even brothers. I think that it's particularly exciting for me, and I'm glad about how the friendship has not just changed the person that I am, but also influenced the man that I have become as a businessman and as an entrepreneur. And I think that's one thing that I really cherish. I also cherish the fact that in this age and time where a lot of people compete so well, we've made partnership look so easy. And I think that means something. I'm glad to be connected to you. I mean, I'm not saying this because we are in front of the camera. But I just think that overall, God has been good to us.
And I would say categorically that working together with you, my life has turned around. It makes things very easy. I don't know that I'm not sure if I was doing it alone, I would have come this far. But I want to say the growth is faster, the job is easier, because I'm not just the one thinking about the issues in the company. I know that even if I'm not thinking about it, somebody else is sharing the worry, and and when the success comes also, everybody is sharing the success and the glory together.
That's an interesting question, Bayo.
Very interesting.
I think that for me, when I started my journey, particularly after my first degree, I was in Lagos camp to serve, and I really displayed some exceptional qualities right on camp that an NGO, thought it wise that I had to just work with them. But after a while, I discovered that, well, I wanted more. I wanted to expose myself to more challenges. I wanted to do more stuff. I also wanted to be more profitable, And so I got a call from somebody who used to be like a mentor, a Sunday school teacher back in church to myself and Bayo. And before you know it, that meeting, I took a copy of my book there, and that was all we spoke about. And that was when I got a job in real estate. And it was really an interesting, journey. I remembered how after working for a while, it took about 3 months, coming from a place on the mainland in Lagos, Nigeria, to the island in part of Lagos. Every morning, I was staying in Bayo's house around that time.
At that time?
Yes, because I remember when I left, school, I made a vow that I was not going to stay under my parents' roof. And so the next place I could go, because I made the vow, but it's one thing to be determined, but you don't have resources to fuel the determination. So I ran to Bayo's place anyways, because I knew that I would be bounded by the rules and regulations in Bayo's house.
We're staying together as at that time. We're serving together as fresh graduates out of school, but we're very determined to make sure that we work hard and then we do some of the things that are necessary just to be great men in the society.
I was there for a while. I was going from that side on the mainland to the island every day with one single suit. I will never forget that. And, I did that for about 3 months, and there was no single sale.
I could remember after 3 months, I got a call also to work within the same organization. I remember.
I think I put some words for you.
Yeah, you did. Which was very good of you.
Yeah.
It was in sales. I started out in sales. After some period in sales, I was asked to be the executive assistant to the CEO of the organization, and we were working together. And after in the organization, we did some very good numbers. I could remember there was a year before I finally left the organization. I was the highest selling person within the system as at that time.
Eventually, somebody bought my first property for me, 1 million naira. The commission was about 50,000, but it was a lot. And then my second sale, which broke the camel's back, was about 70 million naira.
Yeah.
Made a sale, a commission of close to 7 million, got an official car, and went on my first international trip. So for my exposure in that space, I grew to lead teams, and I did billions in transactions for the organization, led the entire sales force.
I just feel that at that time, that time was really a very good time to learn the rudiment of what we are currently doing and to pick up some leadership skills and some strategy, some level of information that has helped us to become who we are today.
When I began to imagine myself, leading an organization of my own, the first thing I thought of is, who can I partner with to build something lasting? I can only think of one person, and that's Bayo Lawal. So I walked up to Bayo and I told him, well, I'm getting somewhat uninterested in the job, tired of the routine. I think we've built something amazing here, and it might be time to move. Bayo said, wow, so what will you move on to? So I told him, well, I think I'll start a real estate company. I spoke with one of my mentors, he had dropped a name in my mind, and we can just be equal partners. And Bayo said, well, that's not bad. And that was how Dukiya started, and we are where we are today. Wow, that's a good one. Oftentimes success is not accidents. It's not by accident. You can be lucky here and there, but it's not usually sustainable. I told somebody the other day that if something worked, it means that there's something that fuels it. Right? The Yorubas will say that "Èèyàn ló wà nídìí òrò tórò fi ń dún." But for me and Bayo, some of the things that we have engaged that has helped the partnership is, number one, respect. So we respect ourselves a lot. And it doesn't mean that, we cannot go overboard from time to time, but there is always that switch that says, it's like an unwritten law. So respect. And there is also structure. So every agreement, despite the fact that we are friends and we are brothers, this partnership is codified. So there is a legal document that says this is Lukman's share, this is Bayo's share, this is Lukman's responsibility, this is Bayo's responsibility.
And we also have boundaries, and I appreciate and celebrate the fact that boundaries have been respected in this relationship, and then we honor what it is that is written in black and white, and we also go beyond that to make sure that this relationship is protected. And I think it is important for people to know that we honor our word, because our words are bound. And sometimes when you work with people in a business relationship, somebody is trying to impose themselves upon the other person, and decision is not is not 50-50. They get to see this person make more decision than this person. But in our own case, the decision is 50-50. Even sometimes when you are not around and a decision is made on your behalf, it is because it's for the better interest of the organization. So we've walked past some of those principles, and we've seen them work over time. I want to say that it takes a man like Lukman to work with a man like Bayo so that they can accomplish great things.
Every year, I think December, myself and Bayo, we go to a campground in Nigeria, and we will go and fellowship, pray about the business, commit the affairs of the work of the business to God's hand. And that time, we will also, we have an accountability session where I will tell Bayo every detail. It's not as if I'm putting it in my mind. Maybe some stuff I've raised it, I will raise it again. Maybe there was a day that one of my friends came to the office and Bayo treated them badly, and I wasn't happy with that. Maybe there was a day that Bayo came to the office and authorized a staff in a particular manner. Meanwhile, that staff should report to me, and I'm not comfortable with it. Maybe there was a day that an approval was given without my notice. We discuss every detail, and we take all those feedback to change.
For us, the understanding of some of the things that we do has been able to help us, position and delegate sometimes some of the things that we do. Life is in phases and men are in sizes. I'm married, and as well, my partner is also married. We have our businesses, and we have other things that we do after the business. So I just feel that, it's good to place priority. That's one of the things that we do. The business is at the center of all that we do. It's very important to us, and we take it seriously. We work every day. I mean, every day. Even while you think you're resting, you're still working, because the business is at the center of all that we do. And we try as much as possible to make sure that we create enough time for our families, go for vacation, take some time off, of the business. Why? And that's why it's also good, when you're in partnership, the business is covered. For example, when I'm going for vacation, he's around, available, taking care of the business. When he's going for vacation with his family, I am around to take care of the business. And sometimes we are around together. And some of these things, has aided the business and also helped the business to progress. We have different lives. We are different individuals. We have some things that we do differently, separately, but together, there is this togetherness still in the business, and we are still able, to do what is necessary, both for the families, for our friends. We still show up for our friends. We are not the Lagos business guys or the African business guy who is just busy all about the business. No, we still show up for people. We still go around to do the things that are necessary. We still show up for our family.
The goal is to be an all-rounder, to prosper at all levels, while building a formidable global brand, also having a happy, healthy relationship at the home front, and while doing that, exploring the world, connecting and living a good social life. I used to believe that when I was in school back then, I didn't do well with life, because it was a rectangular lifestyle from church to the school and then back to the house. But I want to live fully. We want our business to thrive. We want our loved ones to be excited that we're in this world. We want our friends to have the best of us. And we want God to be proud of us. I was speaking at a program for developers the other day with Bayo on a panel, and we said that the real estate market in Nigeria and Africa as a whole is more or less a red ocean. You wake up every day seeing somebody you knew, someone you went to the same university with, now doing real estate. So in an highly competitive environment like that, you need to be unique to actually stand out. And for Dukiya Investment, that's what we've done. We are not just in the business of selling properties and buying property, development, construction, and brokerage. We are here to invent comfort, build smiles, and lead people home.
We are in this business to lead people home, and in doing that, one of the things that we have been able to do is to make housing accessible to people. We have also done that by making sure that we give, we produce some of the affordable housing you can ever see anywhere in Africa. We have also done that by making, real estate accessible to a lot of people, to our clients, because one of the things that we do is that we don't just help you buy, we help you build a real estate portfolio, so that over the years you can begin to transit from one level of gains into another, and people can be happy that they bought from us. Because for us, it's more than just buying real estate. It's about how you also make profit from the real estate, and then you can continue to do businesses with us.
And one thing that stands us out is our integrity. We walk the talk. We pride ourselves in telling you this is what we want to offer, and giving you value for your money. So Dukiya Investment is not just here to do business. We are here to transform destinies. We are here to change lives. We are here to bring smiles and succor to family. We are here to help you increase your investment portfolio while making you comfortable, convenient, and happy. Well, I believe that for us as young entrepreneurs, I don't like the word young entrepreneur, by the way. I think something is wrong with that question. It's like calling people young millionaire. A millionaire is a millionaire, irrespective of their age. So an entrepreneur is an entrepreneur, irrespective of their age. So I don't see us as young entrepreneurs. I see us as entrepreneurs who have discovered and identified opportunities, and who are bringing solutions to the fore to empower, inspire, and enable people. So I think that that's at the core of what we do as young people. And myself and Bayo in particular, I know that there are myriads of personal challenges, financial challenges, with respect to project finance. So I believe that Africa as a whole needs to do better. In the real estate space, as I speak to you, there is no centralized pool where you can go for finance, right? And we are saying we have 24 million housing deficit. World Bank has said we have about 17 to 20 million. The Minister of Housing, at some point or the other, had come to challenge it. But if you look at the figure, really, you know that indeed we are in a serious problem as a nation. And yet, government is not looking for ways to either create financing or enable people to finance. So many real estate developers actually need to, they use consumers' money to build. And that's why the pace of development is slow.
I think in Nigeria, there are a lot of challenges, from the government to the people, to the culture, to the tradition, to community entry. There is a lot, they are enormous. However, it is important that you begin to build yourself as a person who is ready to face some of these challenges. And it is important, and not just that we mention these challenges, I would like to say more about the things that we can begin to do, to provide solutions to some of these challenges. And one of the things I would say is that the government should try as much as possible to create what is called an enabling environment for people to thrive. It is important that the government create, because that is basically the job of the government. If an economy will thrive, the government will have to make sure that there is a foundation upon which people play, and it makes things easy for people to do. Because if the enabling environment is not there, if there is war within the community, if electricity is not there, if there is load shedding, if people are not being able to get the normal amount of electricity they are supposed to get, if people cannot move as they should move, if registration is made very difficult, if licensing is becoming very, very hectic, it is not going to help people get what we need to get, and it's a lot of stuff. Another one I would like to speak to is collaboration. I see that in our community, a lot of people just want to do things themselves, and this has begun to cause a lot of problems for us, because we are not able to build something substantial. We're not able to build something that is worthy of of praise, because people are doing things alone. And when we work in isolation in that form, we are not able to brainstorm, we are not able to work as a team to achieve something great. And this is one of the things that I feel that is currently affecting Africa as a whole. I feel that in Africa we need to begin to brainstorm, to work together, to achieve something great.
Our hearts really, beats for an average entrepreneur who does business from Nigeria. Because every day you wake up without knowing what's next. I remembered sometimes last year, we were buying, you wanted to, as a developer, because of the line of work we find ourselves, you get to import a lot of materials. But let's say you are using $300 to $1 for your projection, and you start building.
Imagine.
The next day, $1 becomes $750.
A lot of instability.
And yet, you have to deliver to the consumer. So, we know that it's not easy. And we salute every entrepreneur from Africa who is trying to change the narrative, rise above the tide, and change the game. You are the real deal.
One of the things that we've been able to bring to the market is the fact that we have helped a lot of young minds, millennials, a lot of Gen Z. You'll be shocked as to how a lot of Gen Z are now investing in real estate. And this is because we have made real estate very, very accessible to a lot of people, because the information is out there. We do a lot of training in order to inform people about what real estate can do, and some of the benefit that comes with real estate. And this is why you see a lot of young minds gravitating towards investing in real estate. And I make bold to say that 70% of our clientele are people under 30. You'll be shocked. The reason is because this information is out there, and that is one of the things that we've been able to do. Another thing that we've been able to do, in the real estate sector in Africa, is that we have made real estate, a global thing. It's no longer something that belongs to some group of people. It's now something that belongs to everybody that is willing and able to invest.
Another thing that I think is good that we also take note of is we have democratized the process of property ownership. At Dukiya Investment, you could go to our website and click on a link and get a form and read about a product in Lagos, Nigeria, or get in touch with us. We have democratized the process of property ownership, leveraging technology, and that's why you see that 90% of those who have done or transact business with us as young people. So we've also, beyond the shores of Nigeria, looked into, diversifying and helping, high network individuals to increase their property portfolio. And we have done that, by stretching our tentacles beyond the borders of Africa. We've stretched our tentacles to help people to build portfolios in countries like South Africa, Brazil, United Kingdom, Canada, and we are still looking at doing more for young Nigerians and even the upwardly mobile Nigerians who are looking at ways to, diversify, their portfolio and invest in real estate. One of the things that we pride ourselves is that you can always reinvest your money without risking a dime. And that's the comfort that comes with Dukiya investment. It's not about investing now, it's about knowing that there's a guaranteed return on investment from the money that you have kept in. In our first, second year, we were one of the fastest growing SMEs by our business day. One of us have also been recognized as a Future Award Prize winner for entrepreneurship. That gives credence to the amazing work that we're doing. And we have launched more than 10 estates within Nigeria. We have within places like Lagos, Ibadan Metropolis, we have in Ilorin, that is in Kwara State. We are currently in Abeokuta, that's in Abeokuta, and we're going to Abuja very soon. I believe that the way success has influenced and inspired me or affected me, it has made me understand that, failure is not final, and success is not also final. There is no condition that is permanent. So whatever God has given us is so that we are a conduit, a channel to the other person. And guess what? When you are a conduit or a channel, despite the fact that you are passing greatness to the next person, it's like a pipe taking water to a destination. In the process, the pipe also gets wet. So I've seen my life as a channel, somebody that God has blessed to bless others.
For me, I would say that, it's just a testament of how far God has brought me and how far, the society, the community has been able to help me and how life has responded to me. And, for me, I believe that success is not in isolation. I've not come this far by my own strength alone, nor by my wisdom, nor by any capacity that I have, nor by my academic credentials or anything. I've come this far through the help of people, support, collaboration, and the help of a lot of people. And I feel so much blessed to have those people around me. Also, for me, I started my foundation sometimes this year where, I supported some pupils around the Mara Roko society in Lagos, pupils who were living on water, who have little or no access to education, bought them bags, school bags, educational materials, books, reading books, story books, and pencils, biros, socks, and some materials that will aid them become better even in the future. Because for me, I believe that the future is only for those who have been given opportunity to access what will help them become better. And that's why I, even in all of my endeavors, in all of the things that I do, whether personally or in business, we try as much as possible to encourage people, inspire hope in people, and even people that work with us will inspire success in them. Because if I can do it, I believe that anybody can do it, irrespective of your background, your culture, your family, or your community. You can.
And beyond that, I think it's also good to say that collectively as an organization, coming from where myself and Bayo are coming from, it has also influenced the way that we do business and the way that we lead our transactions. Currently, as I speak to you right now, we are moving beyond a company that makes profits to a company that is concerned about community and people. Mm-hmm. And so we are leveraging sustainable development goals to now provide for families in rural communities through using waste to power some communities in some of the communities where we sell lands, right? We are also now, partnering with non-governmental organizations, doing amazing work in social intervention to support kids. So many of our projects, we are not just selling. A percentage of every money, like profit that comes to the organization, goes to actually empower a child. And so going forward, these are the things that we want to do. every product. We want to look at the ESG. We want to look at the community impact. We want to look at, the social aspect of our business. How can we connect to the grassroots? How can we be a part of, the solution, either by providing cleaner water, right, or by aiding education in rural communities through our business and our entrepreneurial journey. And this is what we want to live for, something higher than ourselves.
A wise man sometimes said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. We started already and we're already taking the progress, and this for us is a big deal because we know that we are going places and there's so much that we will do and there's so much that we're currently doing. And I just want to encourage somebody out there who is saying, when will I start my business? Or you're currently running a business and it's not looking like what you want, or you're currently doing something and you're not getting all the necessary support, everything, it looks as if it's against you. I just want you to know that keep believing, keep trying. One day you'll get the call. One day things are going to work in your favor. For us at Dukiya Investment, we've always believed that this is a tradition of possibility. There's nothing impossible for us to do, and we are looking at so much that we're going to be doing in the next few years.
And to every young person listening to me now, I want you to know that the youths are the most critical stakeholders of every nation. We are the powerhouse. So I know that it might be tough being a young person in this country, unlike our colleagues and counterparts in the advanced world, where you can easily pick up a credit and own a Tesla, or pay a down payment of less than 10% and pay for a mortgage. I want you to understand that Nigeria may not yet be your desired country, but with all the challenges, you can be resilient and spot opportunities and build something timeless, a solution that the world can come to reckon with. You can be the next Vanderbilt, the next Steve Jobs, and even the next Lukman Shivowale.